In September of 1990, the search for 52-year-old Curtis Corky Reid felt like a race against a monster. Corky was born in Los Angeles, California on March 25, 1940, and was a former Kennedy Space Center worker, a man with a loving family and 3 decades of roots in Titusville, Florida. When his car was found abandoned in Orlando 2 months after he vanished, investigators feared the worst. At the time, highway killer Eileen Wuornos was terrorizing the state, and Corky fit her victim profile perfectly. For 2 years, his sisters Linda and Deanie lived in a nightmare of what ifs. Did he have a medical emergency? Was he a victim of a serial killer? But then, in 1992, a hit came from a traffic court in Los Angeles. Corky was alive, but the relief was short-lived. Corky Reid didn't want to be rescued. He signed a legal affidavit stating he wanted his whereabouts kept secret, even from his own family. He had simply walked away from his life, cashed a paycheck, and started over in the desert. The mysteries shift from what happened to him to why did he go? Was it the lingering trauma of a near-fatal fall years prior, or did something in his mind simply snap? Here's a few screenshots from news articles. This case actually did have a lot of reporting on it, just because it's very fascinating. The only statement that the police or Reid gave is pretty much this, that he's hiding from his relatives, he doesn't want to talk to them, he's not married, he has no children, and that's that. Corky eventually returned to Florida, passing away in Fort Lauderdale in the year 2000. There's the only picture I could find of him, which is uploaded to findagrave.com. Here is his gravestone and news clippings about his passing. But for those 2 years in the 1990s, he was one of the 12, a man who proved that sometimes the hardest part of a missing persons case isn't the death, it's the silence. As you can see, his obituary does list children and then grandchildren. So after 1992, he eventually did get married and have children, but that information is just not public. I found this case really interesting as one of the 12. Sometimes we often wonder when going through these missing persons cases, the police always have to ask, did this person just run away? But it's so hard to think that he knew his family was looking for them. Granted, this was the 90s, but it was obviously in the news, in the newspapers, so I don't understand why he could not have called the police in Florida and said, hey, I'm fine. Sometimes when this happens, people can be held liable for the cost that the police accrued while searching for them. However, it's not illegal to just leave your life behind. Let me know what you think in the comments and stay tuned for next episode because it's a really good one. Thanks for watching Unsolved Florida.